Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are once more in Ala Mhigo to continue our healer Rolequest. Trail of Skulls. Something terrible has happened. It's Fordola, she's escaped! She was accompanying a squadron out on a training exercise. One moment she was there, the next she was gone! I didn't think much of it at the time, but she's been acting strangely ever since she went to meet that mother and child. You know, the ones who wanted to thank her for saving the girl's life? When I told Commander Alden about this, he went charging off to Alagana to ask them if they had any idea where Fordola might be. I thought about going after them, but when I heard you were headed this way, I reckoned it would be better to send you in my stead. Godspeed, Desiree. Damn. Godspeed, good. What is she thinking? I know you. You're friends with a brave lady, aren't you? Have we done something wrong? Desiree, I wasn't expecting to see you here. You've heard what happened then? Just as Fordola was beginning to earn our trust, she's given us a slip. As you may know, she wears a choker enchanted to prevent exactly that. If I were to give her order, she would be dead within moments, and she knows that. She took the risk anyway, so I have to believe she has a good reason. That's what we're looking into now. We're hoping Clarel and young Lily here could shed some light on the matter. We'd like to ask you about your conversation with Fordola, if we may. Yes, of course. I know she's the butcher, but... well, was at least. But it didn't seem right to go without thanking her. That's why I requested the meeting, to express my gratitude and my apologies. She was quiet at first, just stood there as we spoke, as if she weren't even listening. And when I mentioned the blasphemy and she looked at Lily, and all of a sudden clutched her own head and cried out in agony. The echo. Can you remember what you were thinking about at the time? A man. The one I saw in the city. What? Who? Did he have something to do with all those people panicking? I think he did. When I was waiting for you, I saw him. He was by himself. He looked poorly, so I asked if he was alright, and he said yes. He had a nice smile. He got up and started walking, but then... he was shouting and screaming. I was so frightened I didn't want to talk about it. Not even to Mom. I wish you'd said something sooner. I'm sorry, Papa. This is my fault for leaving you on your own. The man who turned into a blasphemy, I'd wager. The girl saw him, which means Fordola has now seen him too. There's one other thing. When Fordola was having her funny turn, she said something. Charlie? No. Charlotte, I think? Yes, that was it. Ring any bells? Can't say it does, but if he has anything to do with his skulls, the Silver Griffin should have some information on him. We'd best have word with Raganfried then. You have both been very helpful. I'd also like to thank you for being so kind to Fordola. She may not have said it, but I'm sure it meant a lot to her. I have a couple more things I'd like to ask, so I'll catch up with you later. Fordola may very well be everything people say she is, or worse, but she did us a good turn that day. I'll never forget it. Where did the brave lady go? Whatever she's dealing with, she needn't face it alone. I wish I could have told her that, even though I know she probably wouldn't have listened. I have a feeling that Charlotte and Fordola are connected in some way. Charlotte, you say? Yes, that name came up during our recent investigations. As I recall, he served under a viceroy during the occupation, and his whereabouts is currently unknown. I had an older brother named Ansfrid, one of a Crania Lupi, which would give him a connection to Fordola. Is there anyone who can tell us more about him? Yes, an uncle who recently helped find employment here in Alagana. He's actually the one who asked us to look for Charlotte. You'll most likely find him working at the Sleeping Stones. As it happens, I was planning to bring him something to eat. I'll join you there shortly. You might think a quarry is no place for a man of advanced years, and perhaps you'd be right. But hard times are the only times we've known, even before the occupation. I doubt that'll change much within my lifetime. Perhaps you should have asked what he looks like. Still looking, huh? That's him over there. I hope we're not interrupting. No, of course not. Good to see you, Ragnfrid. My word, the bull of Ala Mhigo and the champion of the Alliance. What brings such esteemed guests to our humble Huawei? At ease, my good fellow. We merely wish to ask you about your nephew. Charlotte, you found him? No. No luck yet, then. Is there anything else you can tell us? More about his childhood, perhaps? Wasn't much of one, I'm afraid. Poor boy's life was ruined long before he had any say in the matter. His parents' eyes swore allegiance to Garlemald to secure ourselves and our kin's citizenship. For all the good it did us, living amongst our countrymen who treated us as pariah. It took its toll on him and his brother, to be spat on as traitors by association. One thing led to another, and Ansfrid, together with most of his friends, joined the Imperial Army. That's how it started, you know, the Crania Lupi. Gaius's loyal little pups. Do you remember the names of those friends? Yes, they had quite the reputation going up. There was Emmeline, Rudolph, and the angry little girl who'd grow up to become a butcher herself, Fordola. Charlotte was part of their group too, yes, but from what we've heard, he chose not to become a soldier. Wouldn't have lasted a day in training, he knew that better than anyone, of course. Not that it helped him feel any less guilty for turning his back on the others. He blamed himself for their deaths, for not stopping them when he had the chance, for not being strong enough to fight by their side. Maybe safe and maybe not, but he wasn't there and he wished he had been. Then one day, he was gone. Wherever he is, I hope he's safe and well. So do we. Thank you. The information you've shared should prove useful. And for you, I've brought some food. Why don't you call it a day and go and enjoy it with your family? Let him have a peace for now. Back to Alagana. Once we know for certain what has become of Charlotte, we'll have to tell his uncle. But little girl's worried for Fordola. As for the mother, well, it's complicated. Understandable, really. So not only was his brother a member of the Skulls, but Charlotte himself was a childhood friend of Fordola's. I'm told he refused the support of the Silver Griffins as well. He's been trying to make his own way for some time now. His brother and his friends died at Specula Imperatorus, save for Fordola, and the gods only know how he felt about her after that. Or Fordola felt about Charlotte after seeing the least memories of him transforming into a blasphemy. Brother of a man she killed, and a childhood friend besides. She thinks she's responsible for this. That's why she ran. To kill the beast. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm worried about her. Fordola is a survivor and an outcast herself. Exactly the sort of person the Silver Griffins are trying to support. You've seen for yourself the sacrifices she's willing to make, and if you can learn to feel sympathy for her, maybe others can too. I think we have enough information for the time being. Let's return to the city and plan our next move. As the saying goes, history is written by the victor, and I'll wager those who swore loyalty to Garlemald never thought they'd find themselves on the losing side. But they did. They paid the price. Maybe not enough for some, but we've got to draw a line somewhere. To some, Fordola is a monster worse than any blasphemy, but I've seen enough working with the Silver Griffins to realize it's never that simple. I want to believe there's hope for her. That there's hope for us all. I've assigned a few of my soldiers to assist the Silver Griffins in investigating Charlotte's background. With luck, we will find him quickly, and then we can prepare for what must come after. We're all but certain Charlotte's the one who transformed into a blasphemy, and so there's naught to be done but put him out of his misery. As for Fordola, I've put Menago and the troops in charge of tracking her. Once I've found her, they have my permission to lend whatever support they deem necessary. If it comes to it, I may ask you to join the search. Until such time, I ask that you take this opportunity to rest. The Gift of Mercy. Thank goodness you're here. Commander Alden needs to see you right away. Follow me. Hey. Keep it contained until I arrive, but do not engage if you can help it. Understood? That was Menago. Her unit has found Fordola, or rather, she has found them. In fact, I have Fordola on the search party's link pearl. She wants a word with you. This is urgent, so be quiet and listen. The blasphemy, my friend, is right in front of us. I tracked him down, and when he spotted me, he started heading towards Specula Imperatorus. Look, Desiree. I need your help. Charlotte's not... He's never wanted to hurt anyone, but this thing he's become is... I can't leave him like this. I've got to stop him, whatever it takes. On my way. I owe you. This is Menago. Can you hear me? We've got the blasphemy, so... Ah! It's on the move! Get ahead of it, but maintain distance. We need to... Fordola, what are you doing? Fordola! Fordola! There's no time to waste. We need our help. Vulgar Spirit. Once she got her mind set, there's no stopping her. She's convinced herself she's responsible for this mess, that she created the blasphemy single-handedly. All I ask is that you see that she makes it out of this alive. She's come so far, and I don't want to lose her. Vadiata and Alagiri are not that far from Specula Imperatoris. If we let the blasphemy slip through our fingers, it doesn't bear thinking about. And while Fordola is determined to slay it by her own hand, we can't allow her recklessness to put the lives of others in jeopardy. The time has come for action. Are you ready? Hold the line, for as long as you can. Commander Alden and the Warrior of Light will be here any moment. Stay strong. You've done well. Leave the rest to us. Yes, sir. Get the injured to safety.
Coward. Coward. Traitor. To them. To everyone.
I wish there was another way. So do I, but fighting is the only thing I'm good at. Makes me wonder how I ended up with such a clever brother. Too clever for my own good, maybe. Just the thought of going into battle, about getting hurt, about having to hurt other people. He's a bleeding heart, our Charlotte. Still may find a fly and threw it away, much less kill it. I could kill if I wanted, I could! But you don't. And there's no shame in that. Leave the soldiering to us, Charlotte. We'll show the Guardians what we're capable of, get the power and respect we deserve, and then things will change. They will, you'll see. We found a place for ourselves, and you'll find yours soon enough. Alright, that'll do. Everyone who's enlisting, meet back here tomorrow. In the end, what good did I do? They gave everything they had to give, while I hid, like a rat waiting for the storm to pass. Coward. 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 Ah!
Coward. Coward. Better dead. Better forgotten.
It's not your fault, Charlotte. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong, and I'm the coward, the traitor, the butcher. I'll always be the butcher. Don't you dare, Fordola! You don't get to end it. You don't get to give up. I won't let you. You have a lifetime to make amends and atone, to become something more when you were. And if you die here, you are everything they say, everything you believe. Is that what you want? She's not going anywhere. Arnvold, why are you here? There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I can't fight by your side, but I can still cheer you on. I've seen your past, Charlotte. How you were left behind while your friends rushed into battle. It's bloody hard, isn't it? Wanting to do something so desperately with every fiber of your being, knowing that you should be able to. You should, but you can't. So you find another way to support them. Your way. You did that too, didn't you? You were there for them, even if it didn't feel like it, but you were, Charlotte. You were. As a friend of mine once said, not all heroes are forged in the fires of battle. The history of Ala Mhigo is written in blood. I'm pretty sure that was a line Fordola said to him. Not all heroes are forged in battle. The history of Ala Mhigo is written in blood. While we cannot change the past, we can change the future. And for that, we must all play our part. All of us. Let us grant Charlotte the peace he deserves. Ansfrid, Emmeline, one day we'll be together again, but not yet. You'd never hurt anyone, Charlotte. That's not who you are. You'll be remembered as the kind soul you always were. I'm counting on you.
As one!
I'll do us attention this way. Keep me in the fight. I can't die until I laid Charlotte to rest. Throes of remorse. Lightning respected Aether, keep away from it. Where have I put Asuna? Yeah. Bit late, I know, but
Together,
must be together.
Show them what we're made of!
Sorry, Fordola. This is our chance. Let's finish him off. It's over, Charlotte. I'll end your suffering. This is all wrong. All wrong.
Raw Tizona!
Let me end this. Four seconds for Fordola's penitent blade.
Try this!
Limit breaking! Thank you. I mean it. I've been looking everywhere for you. Have you now? We've put down the last remaining beasts spawned by the blasphemy. 'Tis a pity we could do naught for those who turned, but that we were able to prevent further casualties is nothing short of a miracle. It's astonishing, too, looking back at Charlotte's case. Although his existence spurred others to transform, he never attacked any settlements or travelers. Even when he underwent a change in the middle of a crowded street, those who were present escaped with minor injuries at worst. I think that deep down, his compassion is what kept the raging blasphemy at bay. The only time he emerged from hiding was to journey to the place where his brother died. It's clear he still retains some semblance of his former self. Another victim of the Empire's terrible legacy, along with his friends and so many others. But the Krania Lupi wasn't the creation of the Imperials alone. Many of those youths sought a place with them because they were denied one with us. That's why the memorial ceremony is so important. It's our chance to face our past together, to give them in death what we couldn't in life. To not deny anyone a place in memory, even if it hurts or makes us feel ashamed. You'll be attending, won't you? I haven't been ordered to, so I suppose not. In light of your leal service to Ala Mhigo, I intend to have a condition by which you are bound east, providing I'm able to obtain approval. You will be granted a degree of freedom. At very least, we should soon have no need of a choker. There'll be no objections from me. You've done well. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were smiling. Well, I for one couldn't be happier our efforts are being recognized. It gives me that much more motivation to continue my work with the Silver Griffins and bring the people of Ala Mhigo closer together. Got to do my best to keep up with a certain little lordling, eh? I think we've done enough for one day. Time we got some rest. Allow me, as both a guardian of Ala Mhigo and as your sworn comrade, to express my thanks for coming to our aid in these desperate times. No matter what manner of disaster may befall us, your presence alone is enough to keep a flame of hope burning bright. Even someone on the very precipice of despair, such as Fordola, can find salvation in your guiding light. You're something of an immortal flame yourself. Ha! Been waiting for a chance to use that one, haven't you? I like to think I can still pull my weight on and off a battlefield, but it might be a bit generous. In any case, it's safe to say we've all benefited enormously from your sterling work here. We couldn't ask for a better healer, or a better friend. Our ambassador in Razatan will be relieved to learn of our successes here. If you happen to cross paths, give him my regards, would you? Okay, let's return to Razatan. Greetings, how goes it in Ala Mhigo? Eliminating blasphemies, helping organize a memorial ceremony, they've certainly kept you busy. A fine example of going above and beyond the call of duty. I'll be sure to send word of your exploits to Ulda. Wait till the Sultana hears about this. Her Grace will not be the only one to welcome this news. On behalf of the Grand Company of Eorzea and our allies, allow me to express my most heartfelt gratitude. Yeah, these are level 9 materia, so... You can now dye job-specific gear for level 90 healers. More than guilt. I cannot thank you enough for assisting the blasphemy hunters in Ala Mhigo, and for your work in addressing the root causes of the phenomenon. We as a country have been made to take a long, hard look at ourselves, the way we treat each other. Perhaps now we can pave the way to a better future as one. Allow me to offer my thanks on behalf of my comrades posted in Ala Mhigo. With blasphemy finally dealt with, they can all breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, but that's it for the healer Rolequest for Endwalker. Until next time, when we do something else in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Mace and don't get lost.